Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, then welcome to my channel. My name is Abby and I am a homeschooling mom of 5, and today's video is a part of mine and Jessica from the Waldock Way's monthly open homeschool show and tell series where we share a topic every month, and everybody who homeschools on YouTube is welcome to join our playlist on that topic. So this month the theme is teacher planning day, and so your take on homeschool lesson planning, or just what a planning day looks like, or how you plan. Today I am kicking off my year of meal planning. I did this a couple of years ago and you guys liked it and I enjoyed sharing it, and so I thought that I would combine two videos, planning day as well as meal planning, because if, as a mom of 5 who homeschools, if I have a good meal plan going, we can accomplish just about anything in our homeschool. So I'm gonna share everything that I have on the menu for the month of January for breakfast, lunch, snacks, and dinner. And we not only do we have our family of 7 for dinner and breakfast and lunch, but we also have my dad over for dinner every night. We recently, you guys know this, lost my mom, and so it is such an honor for me to host him at our table every night and just catch up with him every day. And then John hired my little sister, so she just moved down to Florida, and while she's settling in and house hunting, we have been enjoying having her over for dinner every night as well. Plus, she has been our saving grace with the businesses. She's keeping John very organized and has everything in the office just running so smoothly, which is so great for me. So I'm freed up to be here homeschooling. So it's just been so great to have them both over for dinner every night. So every night we have 9 people around our table. So keep that in mind when I share our meal plan for dinners. It's also the reason why I want to have the meal plan done for the whole month ahead, just because more than just my little kids are depending on me for dinner right now, so I like to be very organized. And so yeah, let's go ahead and get started. If you want to join the playlist, the info for that is in the description box down below on how to join. And yeah, here is our meal plan for the month of January: breakfast, lunch, snacks, dinners, desserts, everything else in between. Okay, I talked long enough in the intro. We're gonna go ahead and jump right into breakfasts. So for breakfast, I basically rotate through the same 4 or 5 breakfasts all month long. I pick a couple of easier ones and then a couple of breakfasts that I have to stand over the stove and cook. And by having a few different options and just rotating through them all month long, it keeps my grocery shopping easy. I just know exactly the things I need to grab for the whole month. I can buy things in bulk. And also it gives us enough variety without burning us out on one thing. And then next month, I'll change up the few different breakfasts that I'm serving. So for the month of January, we have egg white oatmeal and then the toppings. And basically this is just oatmeal with egg whites whipped into it while it's cooking. The recipe is from 𝐓𝐴𝐵 and it's amazing. My kids love it. I love it. It's super creamy. And it just adds that extra boost of protein. You cannot taste the egg whites. And so that is one of our breakfasts. Another breakfast is sausage balls and fruit. I made sausage balls this year at Christmas and the kids loved them. And these are a great thing that you can also make way in bulk for the entire month and just pull them out and toast them in the morning just to thaw them out. Next, we've got traditional pancakes, eggs, and fruit. Usually I'll make some sourdough discard pancakes or waffles. Next day, we have yogurt parfaits. I have these little yogurt parfait containers that I can just go ahead and pre-load the granola and berries in, and so it just makes Greek yogurt parfaits really easy. And then also, everyone loves a breakfast burrito around here, especially if it's got hash browns on the side. And just depending on my kids, we may or may not, add bacon in every now and then. Some of them do want that. Some of them just want eggs, cheese, and salsa. So those are the 5 breakfasts that we're rotating through for the month of January. Now, lunches are really simple. I do packed lunches every day. So usually I use my Planet boxes for my kids, and I will link a couple videos down in the description box for you guys to check out a week of lunches for my kids. So Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, we're just doing Planet boxes. So it's either like salads or hard-boiled eggs, or we've got some like lunch meat and veggies and those kinds of things. The kids love making pizzas, almost like Lunchables on those Joseph's pita bread, whole wheat flax pita bread. So things like that are what I usually pack for their lunches. I also pack mine and John's lunches each day. Typically it's some kind of a salad or like a pasta salad that I'll try to make in bulk earlier on in the week. Wednesdays, we have a Bible study and it gets out a little late, close to 1, and the kids are starving by the time we get out. And so I usually make sourdough sandwich bread and just make some sandwiches with little bags of chips or pretzels and like a fruit or an applesauce. And I pack those in a little cooler and they eat them in the car on the way home because they are starving. But one Wednesday a month, I will let them get Chick-fil-A because Chick-fil-A happens to be right near where we have our Bible study, and I have to say yes sometimes, or they'll ask every time. So I plan once a month to have Chick-fil-A. And then on the weekends, we have leftovers usually from our pizza night on Friday, on Saturday for lunch. The girls have dance rehearsals and things like that Saturday morning. So it's just super easy for John to heat up the pizza, and then we all have lunch when we get home. And then Sundays, I do a charcuterie lunch and we sit around the table and discuss what we learned in our different classes and kind of share our church narrations. So those are our lunches, very simple, packed lunches, sandwiches, or like a snacky or leftover kind of lunch. In addition to lunches, I also plan our snacks. And the reason for this is because we have a really active afternoon schedule, or at least evening schedule. The kids all have karate, golf, jujitsu, judo, dance, cheer half the year. Lots and lots and lots of things going on in the evenings that require physical energy. And so I like to make the kids an afternoon snack. It kind of signifies the end of our school day. I set out a snack on the table. We start doing our afternoon chores and we kind of switch out of school mode and into regular life around here. And so same thing as I did with the breakfast. I pick 3 or 4 snack rotations and we just buy the things in bulk and rotate through them throughout the month. So I've got muffins with like veggies and ranch or veggies and hummus. Muffins are super easy for me to just make enough for the whole month ahead of time. We also have apples, peanut butter, and popcorn that I'll just set a big bowl of like the Lesser Evil brand popcorn out on the table with some apples and peanut butter. The kids love chips and guac or chips and salsa, so that has to be part of our snack rotation every month or as well. And I'll just put out our fruit bowl. I make a big fruit salad at the beginning of the week, so like grapes, berries, strawberries, things like that, mandarins. And so as that fruit bowl starts to dwindle, instead of using it for a meal, I'll set it out with a snack. And then also just some kind of snack mix, like an Annie's snack mix with smoothies as well. So those are the 4 different snacks that we rotate through in the late afternoons. And finally, we have dinners. And so January is a little bit funny. We have a few things, some invites to different people's houses and things early on in the month, and some weird delays after the holidays, travel, just a lot of things going on around here. So we're kind of like revamping the dinner menu, starting the first full week of January, which would be January 8th. So what I do is I go ahead and plug in everything that I know we already have on our calendar, different people's houses. We've got a football banquet, a day where like it's impossible to actually make a meal, so I need to order out. We have date night every Tuesday. So I go ahead and fill those things in. Then after that, I plug in our pizza nights. And so I do homemade pizza every Friday, usually with like oven baked wings or at least a salad. And quite often we order crumble on Fridays as well. This month is fun because for Christmas, I got John an uni pizza oven, and it's something he's been wanting for a while. So a couple times this month, instead of homemade pizza in the oven, John is going to be hosting grilled pizza on the patio. So that'll be fun. So what we've got going on for the month of January is chicken fried double rice. That's a Trim Healthy Mama recipe, and I will link the cookbook down below. We also have turkey sloppy joes. I use Pioneer Woman's sloppy joe recipe. I just make homemade hamburger buns. That recipe is from King Arthur, and it's so good and so simple. And with that, we're going to have roast broccoli and sweet potatoes. Like I said, we have a couple of dinner invites that week, so it's a little funny doing the menu for this week. But then Saturday night, we will have homemade meatballs in a yummy homemade marinara sauce. I will link both the meatball and the marinara sauce recipe down below. We aren't a family who loves pasta, but we love meatballs. And so I just make some sourdough, like an artisan loaf, and then make a homemade garlic spread to put on that. And they like to dip that in the marinara sauce from the meatballs. And then we will just have a Caesar salad on the side. Moving on to the next week, I've got crock pot garlic parm chicken and potatoes with a salad. Usually we do crock pot meals on Mondays because they're our busiest out of the house kind of day. This is a really good dinner. It's just got like chicken, you cut up some potatoes, and then you use some garlic parm wing sauce and some other things that you mix in, and then I'll just make a salad on the side. That week on Wednesday, we're going to do tamale pie, which is just a one dish kind of skillet meal. And then I'm going to do a cornbread topping, but I'll do the fermented cornbread, like a sourdough cornbread. And I will link that recipe down below as well. So I kind of like revamped that recipe to make it sourdough. The next day, we're going to have simple baked chicken drumsticks with loaded mashed cauliflower and maybe broccoli on the side. I'm not sure. It just depends on how I'm feeling that week if I want to add another side. That Friday night is when we're having the uni night, the very first one, with salad and baked wings. The next night we will have ham and then Gruyere mac and cheese. It's my go-to baked mac and cheese recipe. Everyone's a big fan here. And then we will also have Brussels sprouts on the side. I ordered extra ham for Christmas dinner, way too much ham because I just didn't, we had so many people over and I wasn't sure. I wanted to have backup ham. And so I've got that. It's good, I think, until like February. So I'm going to cook that in January. And then we kick off our home groups once again for our church. And so we host a home group for families with young children. And so we have quite a crowd here on Sunday nights at our house. It's upwards of 40 people at times, and about half of them are children under the age of 10. And so I try to make meals that adults and kids will both like, and we always provide at least one of the main dishes, although usually somebody else signs up for an additional main dish. So when we kick off home group, I'm going to make taco pizzas because who doesn't love taco pizza? Also, it's very simple. I like to make things I can make ahead so I'm not stressed out and cleaning my kitchen right when everybody shows up for dinner. Moving on to the next week, we are having a Trim Healthy Mama beef stew. It's a crock pot recipe, one of my favorites from the Trim Healthy Mama cookbook. I think it's a Trim Healthy table maybe. And then I'll just make probably a sourdough loaf on the side for the kids as well. We're also going to have crispy chicken tacos, which is just like the crock pot salsa chicken recipe where you put taco seasoning and salsa with chicken in the crock pot, but then you add it to the tortillas with some cheese, the corn tortillas, and kind of fry them up in the pan so they're crispy. We're also going to have quiche with fruit salad and then oatmeal banana bread on the side. Thursday nights are our church night, so it's usually an easier dinner on Thursday nights or something I can make ahead and we can just heat up. Then I'm just going to do homemade pizza again that Friday with a salad and probably some crumble cookies. We don't have crumble every single Friday, but it's most Fridays. The kids look forward to it so much, and so do I. Then we're going to have chicken gyros with some homemade pita. I will link all of these recipes down below. And then a Greek orzo salad, which is just like a lemon, feta, and I think it's mint in the salad. I haven't made it in a couple of months. And then for home group that week, I'm going to do a big baked potato bar. And then the last week of the month, we have creamy chicken tortilla soup in the crock pot with cheese quesadillas on the side for Monday. After date night on Wednesday, we've got curried chicken, brown rice, and green beans. veggie lo mein and just an Asian salad kit from the store the next day. Then we're going to do the uni grill again, as long as everything goes well. I'm hoping we can rotate homemade pizza and then John doing grilled pizza every other Friday with salad. And Saturday night, we're going to do green salsa chicken bowls, which this is a recipe from 100 Days of Real Food. I will link it down below as well. Love this recipe. It's one of our favorites, and I usually do pickled red onions as one of the toppings, and we put out like the crumbly cheese, and everyone just builds their own burrito bowl. And then for home group that night, I'm going to do a couple of lasagnas, but usually when I make lasagna, I make like 4 and freeze a couple for the future. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a big lasagna cooking day, make like 4 lasagnas, big pans of lasagna, and freeze some. So that is what I have on our menu this month. And also, I don't want to forget to mention that I usually make a dessert typically on Wednesdays. It used to always be Sunday night, but since we started hosting a home group last year, we don't have our family game night on Sunday night anymore. So I've switched the homemade desserts to Wednesdays, because who doesn't need a little pick-me-up midweek? It's just a fun way to love on my family and do a little something extra in the middle of the week. So the 4 recipes that I'm going to do this month are oatmeal chocolate chip cookies, a dump cake, which everyone loves dump cake here. It's like the hit every time. Strawberry pretzel salad, which sounds a little backwards, but in Florida, January is our strawberry season, so we can have a yummy fresh strawberry pretzel salad. And then Texas sheet cake by request of my 14, almost 15-year-old who loves a good chocolate dessert. So those are the 4 desserts that we are going to have in the month of January. And again, I will link all this down below. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you're excited for a whole nother year of meal planning motivation. It helps me so much to be organized, especially with cooking for almost 10 people every night, to have the whole month's meal plan out ahead of time. So if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments down below what is on your menu this month, and I will see you soon. Bye, guys.